the pool and talking about a little strategy as we enter the 5th round.
Even when you're as good as Greg is, you need to be coached throughout a contest. This is when the diving gets fun. This is 6 rounds of the most difficult somersaulting and twisting dives from 33 feet above the water. It's 3.5 somersaults in pike position. You can see on the entry, his body looked just a little bit loose, a little like he collapsed when he hit, and the judges will take off for that. This is a rock up in the sky. There's a piece of cement, and he's still got almost 2 somersaults done above it. A lot of splash on the end. They'll take off for that. Each of the divers must do 6 different optional dives. It's 1 from each of the 6 ways you can go off the platform. That was the front direct.
Battle between the Americans and the Chinese. Luganis, the United States, is the leader. Kimball is 4th. This is Tong Hui of China, currently 3rd after 3 dives.
Great entry. Round 4 is a continuation of the easy dives. They do 4 rounds where they demonstrate their basic skills in diving, then they move into the more difficult somersaulting and twisting dives. This is a basic reverse dive and a near flawless entry.
Tong Hui, and he picks up exceptional marks. 9s for Tong Hui.
Remember, in diving, anything better than a 7 indicates a good dive. 8.5s and 9s is a terrific dive. And it shows in how graceful he's able to perform his dives.
Many of the divers have a gymnastic background, but Tong Hui of China had no formal training before he started diving. He's now 23 years old. Last year's World Platform Diver of the Year.
Yes, he was a World Platform Diver of the Year in the year that Greg Louganis chose not to compete internationally. That was Greg's year of relaxing after the Olympics. This is the reverse direction. He's going to somersault 2.5 times back toward the platform. Remember, I said each of the divers must do all 6 directions. You can see there he only misses the tower by about a foot. A lot of splash in the bottom, so they take off some for that.
7s for Tong Hui of China.
Again, each of the divers will go to their coach in between the rounds. What did I do wrong? Earlier during the week, we've seen the Chinese do great dives and win both women's events.
This is Tong Hui of China. This diving team from China, through 3 diving events, have claimed 2 golds, 3 silvers, and a bronze. They have been the far superior unit here.
You know, we saw them at the '82 World Championships when they were the favorites. They didn't perform well. They certainly are performing great here.
And another one.
That was a perfect entry, but the takeoff of that dive was not good, and they will take off points for that. Watch his feet come apart at the beginning. See his legs bend and his feet come apart. But a great entry.
8s and 8.5s for Tong Hui of China.
And that dive carries a degree of difficulty of 3.2.
So that'll pick up a lot of points for him.
You see, even as good as that dive was, the Chinese coach is right on top of him, telling him how to do it better and how to get ready for the next one.
Xu Yiming. We saw him coach Gao Ming to start off the diving competition a week ago to a gold medal in the women's springboard. He's been to the platform competition. Klaus DiBiase, 1976, he won the gold medal at the Olympics in the platform. That is the last time that Louganis has not won a world championship or an Olympic competition. Louganis was only 16 then. Xu Yiming, the Chinese diving coach. They've already won 2 of the 3 gold medals here in Madrid, and they're going for a 3rd. This is Tong Hui in medal contention.
This is an arm stand optional. It's the same optional we saw Louganis do earlier in the competition. He's in trouble coming back toward the platform. That was a near disaster on the platform, and the dive is a total disaster. He should have stopped on the platform. Watch how close his head comes to hitting the platform and his feet. You can see as he falls through, His feet just about tip, but his head almost hits. He's allowed to stop on the platform, take the dive over again. He'll lose points from the judges for that, but at least save himself.
How painful is this?
It's a little bit like a boxer getting hit by a jab. They're used to it, so it doesn't hurt too much to the diver. But to any one of the people sitting in the stands, it would probably knock them out.
It's dropped to 6th as we enter the 9th round. That disastrous dive opening the door for Bruce Kimball for medal possibilities. Hui actually just lucky to survive that one.
Yeah, he was very close to a disaster, not only from the dive, but to his ability to continue to compete. And now he's doing an inward 3 1/2 somersaults.
Good comeback.
It was a good dive, just a little bit short of vertical. He still looks a bit shaken up there diving. He's going to push back a little bit further than he might ordinarily do and leave the somersault just a little short of vertical. So it's a good dive, but that's not going to be the 8 1/2s and 9s that he needs to move back up in medal contention.
When you miss a dive like Tong Hui did in round 8, your confidence has to suffer a very large jolt. Tong Hui, China, 4th entering the final round.
But we're still doing difficult dives. This is the last of the optional dives. These all carry a high degree of difficulty factors.
It's amazing to think that at '84's Olympics in Los Angeles, the order was Louganis, Kimball, Li Kongshang, and then Tong Hui. The same 4 battling it out 2 years later in Madrid. That's not going to win you any medals there.
No, it's another fault of the earlier disaster in the arm stand when he almost hit the platform. He just hasn't quite gotten his composure back.
Well short.
And that will definitely leave him out of medal contention.
Tong Hui